Hey family, it is Paul Frank, your life coach, your preacher, and a spiritual reminder that it is time for you to get rid of those dead weight. Some of you have people around you that they're not adding value to your life. It is time for you to let these people go. Because when you let some people out of your life, it becomes a door opener. Some people are there. God will not open some doors for you because you still have some people that you're holding on to in your life. It is time for you to let people go. The truth about people leaving, it is in one of the scriptures, 1 John 2:19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. Let that sink in. They went out from us, but they were not of us. Everybody who starts with you won't stay with you. Loyalty is tested when path elevates. God sometimes uses separation as a startup for your elevation. When you separate from some people, that's a time for elevation. That's time for something to happen in your life. So stop grieving over who left you. If their presence was necessary for your purpose, they would still be there. So stop grieving when people leave you. If it was necessary, they'll still be there. Okay? So Judas had to leave the table for Jesus to walk into his final assignment. People had to leave for you to walk in your assignment. Abraham had to leave Lot for him to walk in his assignment. Nations were open for him. People have to leave you. Have that in the back of your mind, that people have to leave you. The people that are not supposed to be in your life have to leave you. So I want to ask this question. Who in your life have you been dragging out of season that already exited your life? You've been pulling them. Make a list of relationship you are holding on to out of fear. Make a list of the relationship you're holding on out of fear. You don't want to lose that person. You don't want that person. They've always been there. Make those lists. I want you to make that list and then you examine yourself. Why do you have these people in your life? So I want you to read Amos 3:3. Can two walk together unless they agree? The people you're holding on to, do you guys agree together? Do you guys work in purpose? Or you guys are arguing, fighting? See, when you feel drained after every interaction with a person, that person is not supposed to be in your life. You're constantly justifying their behavior to others. You lower your standards or silence your voice to keep them at peace. Why? You're always the one reaching out or fixing things. You are afraid of losing them more than you are excited of growing with them. These are people that are not supposed to be around you. So I want you to understand that if peace has to be purchased by shrinking yourself, it is not divine relationship, it is bondage. You ought to see yourself out of that relationship. Stop forcing people to be around you. Don't normalize dysfunction in the name of loyalty. Growth requires pruning, not pleasing. Stop pleasing people. Prune things. Stop pleasing people. So the danger of overstaying emotional assignment. There's a lot of people you're holding into relationship that is detrimental to yourself, detrimental to your well-being, detrimental to your spiritual well-being, detrimental to your whole entire being. So let's read 1 Samuel 16:1. How long will you mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him? So Samuel kept weeping over Saul, even though God had moved on. So people move on and you keep weeping. Why? Why do you keep mourning the past? You see, mourning the past blocks the future. When you mourn the past, it blocks the future. So God cannot introduce you to your next step, your next thing, when you keep on idolizing the past. You idolize the past. You're dwelling in the past. He will not introduce you to the next thing that he was supposed to introduce you to. David was already anointed, but Samuel couldn't see him until he let go of Saul. Stop crying over who God has fired. Your David is waiting while you are busy begging Saul to stay, to change. Your David is waiting. Your blessing is waiting. You'll keep begging somebody to stay in your life when something great is waiting for you. So you ought to write a release letter to the person or season you've been stuck emotionally. Write a letter, release it, burn it, shred it, or throw it away. Let it be your act of spiritual closure. You write those things, write that person's name, write that situation, write it, finish it, throw it, burn it, throw it out so that you get rid of this blockade. When you release people, you release situation, God will increase you. God will definitely increase you. When you make room for something new, God will bless you. So John 12:24, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. Something has to go inside the ground to die and germinate. Something must die for new one to come or to spring up. Some things must die for new life to begin. Holding on blocks flow. Releasing activate divine circulation. Joseph was rejected by his brothers. It positioned him for royalty. Ruth had to leave Moab. She stepped into destiny with Boaz. Jesus released the crowd. He multiplied the few. So you have to let go of things to gain new. See, God cannot multiply what you won't release. You hold on to things. Some of you have house paintings, things. You don't clean out your house. You're holding on to dirt, trash. Let go of things. Letting go is not lose. It's not you losing. It's a shift of alignment. It's a shift into your alignment. The things you think you are so subtracted, the things you think are subtracted may actually be spiritual addition to you in your life. How to let go spiritually and practically are different ways. Look, y'all, let's read Psalm 55:22. Cast your burden onto the Lord, and he shall sustain you. Affirm this to yourself. You that is watching me right now, I want you to affirm this. I release what I cannot control and welcome flow. I release what I cannot control and welcome divine flow. Bondages, learn to say no without guilt. Learn to say no without guilt. Unfollow, mute, unsubscribe, detox digital and emotional space. Replace, don't just remove, replace toxic relationship with spiritual field connection. That is why I want you to connect with me. Let go of this toxic relationship. Connect with me. You are not stuck. You are scared, but you fear. You are not stuck. You are not stuck. You are scared. Your fear is lying to you because you are one decision away from freedom. You are one decision away from freedom. Pray for strength to close the doors that God has already shut. Declare restoration of peace, power, clarity in your inner world, in your inner circle. I want you to understand and I want you to pray this prayer. Father God, clear out those things that you know that are not of God. Those things that you know that are blocking me. I want to experience something new, something extraordinary. I want new things to happen around me. I want you to clear out those friends, those relationships that are hindering my progress. Stop. Father God, help me so that I don't hold on to things and to people that are not supposed to be in my life. The people that you've already exited out of my life. The people that you have already pushed out of my life. The people that are hindering me. The relationship that are stopping me. Those people at this time in the season are not supposed to be in the season. Maybe in the future they will come back. You guys are going to meet up again. But right now they're not supposed to be in your life. Stop forcing people to stay with you. Stop holding on to people that are not supposed to be in your life. If this message has touched you, has sparked something inside of you, I want you to subscribe. I want you to like. I want you to subscribe, like, and follow me and share it to as many people as you can possibly share it to. If you need somebody to coach you, I am here. You can always contact me. You can send me a DM, contact me, and I will be here to talk to you and help you come up that attachment and that control that you want to have on everything. Guess what? I am your preacher, your life coach, and your brother, and a man that is set out to walk you through the spiritual and physical journey for you to be able to become the person that God created you to become. God bless you and have a good day. I love you.